Whew, do I have a doozy today. We got the old Delaney Mustang. This thing is, for lack of a better term, a turd and a half. But it's getting close. But I want to show y'all something that I think might be able to help some people out, and also just this crazy scenario that nobody should ever be faced with. But this one was wild. So this is the car. We put an engine in it. I showed a head disassembly previous, or that may not have come out yet. I may post this one first, but I will show how to remove the heads on it. We decided to put a junkyard motor in instead because the motor we were trying to save was in very bad shape. All right, so fast forward. So the motor's in. We do some test driving. No check engine lights, no nothing. I did have one check engine light for an O2 sensor on bank 1. Got that swapped out. Everything seemed good. And then, yeah, did some driving. Was like, all right, good. She took it back, went to get it inspected, didn't pass. Just had some not readies, nothing crazy. Put about 200 miles on the car, still had the same not readies. So I had it back. This thing, I'm gonna do a whole nother video on how to identify if a car's been wrecked and some other telltale signs if you're looking at buying a used car and you're not super familiar with cars. So she actually brought it back because there's so much Bondo in this door and this fender that while it was here, I opened the door and crunched the fender. And now you can see I banked a bunch of the Bondo out, trying to bend the fender back. At least the door clears for now. I'm gonna replace this fender for her because I did do the damage, but goodness, is this thing a piece of junk. That'll be its whole another thing. But now let's get back to the problem we're facing today. So I look in the computer, I'm going through everything, and I noticed that on bank 2, the sensor 1 O2 sensor is reading only lean. It's not alternating back and forth like it's supposed to, and I got really confused. So that should throw a check engine light, but it wasn't throwing a check engine light. But the more and more I looked at it, the more and more I'm like, this is a problem. This needs to be switching back and forth between lean rich if it's working properly. Or voltage wise, you're going to go from low voltage, low millivolts to higher millivolts to low millivolts, and it oscillates back and forth, right? Should be like a waveform. We got nothing. We're flat lined down by 0. So I reset the exhaust thinking maybe there's an exhaust leak there. Did a whole lot of things, and let me show you what I found. So I've pulled the connector up over on this side now because I'm going to have to do some work on it. But this is the connector on the vehicle harness. And what I found is if I reached down there and pushed on the wires while it was running, it would get signal. So the pin grip in the plug was a problem. And then from playing with it, you can see way back there, a wire actually just popped out of the connector. So I got a new pigtail coming. And it turns out literally just the pin grip on that plug was an issue. And it looks like it was actually the crimp on the pin to the wire itself. So it would move in and out and lose connection, and then it would just flatline. So once we get that new pigtail on there, and that's a good tight connection, it's gonna oscillate and read perfectly. But here's the wildest part about all of this. There should be a check engine light associated with that. So that was really bothering me. So I pulled out my HP tuners and pulled a scan, and look what I found. They have the cats turned off. So we're gonna turn these back on. And hopefully these cats aren't bad, but that's a big no-no. But the code, after digging around, should be 2197. O2 sensor signal stuck biased. What do you know? Out of all of the ones, that was the one they were getting, and it is stuck as no reported, which will prevent it from running the onboard monitors and completing the emissions protocol to get an inspection. But it makes it so much more difficult to diagnose when you're not getting the codes associated with it, because it's running fine, it's running great. So yeah, I've never seen anything like this. Obviously they were fighting this problem. They couldn't figure out it was a connector. They just turned that check engine light off and sold the car to get rid of it. Yeah, knowing it would not pass inspection. Now, if you look here, they probably paid somebody extra money to get that passed or something, because it was registered through June of 25, but yeah, they just straight turned that off, and there ain't no way it was passing with that working the way it was. So now I'm gonna have to pay $100 to flash this freaking thing. So we'll do this, and we will change this to emissions fix. and I'm going to upload this new tune file. And then when I get my connector in for the O2 sensor, we will splice that in, solder it into the harness, and we should be good to go finally. All right, real quick, look at this. So here we go. We just turned all the emission stuff back on, rode it with HP tuners. This kind of thing actually makes me nervous though, because having this ability is important when you're doing custom builds like LS swaps and things like that. But people using it like this, I feel like puts it at risk, and I hate that. But what do you suspect we get a check engine light when we start it now? Not yet, but it'll pop, I bet.
A few moments later.
Pretty sure it actually needs 2 key cycles to see it, so let's see what happens if we fire it up on the second go around. Why are we still not seeing a check engine light? It's not even plugged in right now. There it is. Looky there, our old friend, the check engine light. Ah, okay. Now at least we know that's working. Holy guacamole, man. But yeah, hopefully this video helps somebody out. If you're fighting that 2197, and hopefully yours is actually programmed to come on, check that pin grip on those plugs. But if you're just watching this for interest reasons, how freaking wild is that? I've never seen somebody turn off something like that. It's so important. What a sham. Yeah, hopefully you found this entertaining. And if you have the P2197 code, check this plug. That's very, very important. Check the plug on the car harness side and just make sure the pin grip is good. Because if it happened on this one, I'm sure it happens on other ones. But hopefully this helps somebody out. And if it did, hit the thumbs up button and check out some more videos.